Some years ago, when I was beginning the seminars, I decided that I wanted to become a director. And to be a director, you have to have a great script. Otherwise, you don't make a great film. And I found it intensely difficult to find any scripts that I wanted to direct. So I realized then that I would have to write them myself and learn how to write. But in those days, unlike today, where there's 2,000 books you can buy on screenwriting, there were none, maybe one perhaps. There's lots on theatre, but not about film. So I got into the seminars, and that basically swallowed about 10 years of my life. And I got to the point where I wanted to create scripts for directing again. And by then there were many more books available. And so I decided to research very, very carefully into how screenplays are written. And I spent between $30,000 and $40,000 buying not only books, but also CDs, DVDs, going to live seminars and so on, learning how to actually write scripts. But a lot of these books that you get are basically padded up with unnecessary material, and you have to plow through that and work that out until you can dismiss it. So it's a very long, unnecessarily long learning curve. But eventually I got right through to the end where I could understand what script flaws were. If I went to a film that doesn't work, I can now tell you why it doesn't work, where the problems are. And that got me to the point where I realized I now was ready to write. So what I did first was write a screenwriting and story writing course, which I then sold on the web. And that went very well. We sold courses all over the world on how to do it. I put all the material that I'd studied over the 10 years together. And I felt then I was ready to write my own scripts, which I then did. So I wrote the script for this in January, started getting the ideas, and I sort of fictionalized what was in my own book, Absolute Happiness, and what I'd taught in the seminars as well. So I took all the material from those two sources, put them into the screenplay, and that took me probably 2 or 3 months to write till I was completely happy with it, although, as they say, no work of art is ever finished, it's only ever abandoned. So I found that I was writing rewrites right up till the day before we were shooting, which is quite normal. And I then decided I was ready to make the film.